Why did you choose to do yoga in camps and settlements?
I think the people who live in camps, they need it the most. We all have a certain amount of stress and anxiety, but we know how to deal with our stress somehow. We know how to relax ourselves when we're very stressed out, but they don't. Hey, my name is Sandy and I'm the founder of Koun. Koun is the only NGO in Lebanon that offers yoga to underprivileged communities and refugees. The mission of Koun is to make yoga accessible to everyone. Refugees, domestic workers, and Lebanese, anyone who needs the practice. I think yoga also helps them to disconnect from the reality they're living in, and it brings them to their inner world. So by just closing the eyes and going on a journey, they somehow forget about the condition they're living in.
And why do you say that yoga is important in these communities?
So all these kids that I work with in Akkad are Syrian refugees. All of them technically escaped the war, and some of them were born in the camp. Kids who live in tents and like a refugee camp don't have action in their life. Their days look the same. So the majority of the kids don't go to school and they're in the camp all the time. So every time the kids see someone new coming in, they get so excited and you see the smiles on their face. Bringing yoga to their life, it got them excited to do new postures or to have something to play with in their life. So I'm from Beirut. In 2015, I decided to quit my advertising job and I went to India for 5 months. So I took a yogic studies course in Bihar School of Yoga. So in the ashram, there was a lot of focus on karma yoga. Karma yoga is selfless service. So they give you a task, you have to do it with no expectation and with detachment. I started volunteering with different NGOs when I got back from India. I found that there is a big need and interest in yoga, especially in these communities. So for it to be sustainable, I decided to create an entity, and this is how Koun came to life. People who really need to work on their minds and on their psychological well-being are people who are living in bad conditions. So I chose to work with refugees and people who have psychological issues or traumas because they need a tool to manage their mind or to relax and reconnect with their inner self. Most of the people that I teach in the camps have never heard of yoga before. They didn't know what to expect from the practice. After the first session, they all felt very relaxed and very calm, and it was the first time they experienced a state of relaxation. They get to move their bodies or focus on the breath or focus on themselves. A few weeks ago, one of the women told me that yoga is not just affecting her as an individual, it's affecting her family. She was very stressed out and she had a lot of anger. And yoga helped her build more self-awareness. So before reacting, she started taking a step back and breathing. Koun is a way for me to practice my karma yoga and to live yoga, not just to teach it. Most of us take the practice for granted. We think that, okay, we're practicing yoga, we're feeling better, we can access it anytime, but we don't really appreciate the fact that we know about it or we can practice it. It also makes me appreciate the practice more. I count my blessings and yoga is one of them. Teaching in a camp is not easy. That's why many teachers get excited, they go to the camps and then they stop. Teaching these communities is very rewarding and it fills me up with fulfillment and joy. So like the kids in Akkar, they teach me more than I teach them. It's a big plan. I know it might take a lot of time, but the aim is to also like create a cocoon, because I go teach in camps and sometimes the rooms are dusty. You can't even breathe in. If I ask them to take a deep breath in, they just like breathe all the dust. If I have a safe cocoon, once they step into it, they will feel relaxed immediately. It's not just offering the practice, it's also offering the space and the entire experience. And they really need this space where they feel like really safe and joyful, even before practicing. The plan is to expand and to bring yoga to as many refugee camps as possible and poor neighborhoods. And this is what keeps me like going there, because I know the yoga that I'm giving is adding something to their lives.